What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to a new video. Today, I'm gonna be making some big changes to our powerlifting area at Roman Empire Gym, and I wanna show you guys what those changes are. Also, I did a Q&A on my Instagram, which you should definitely go follow right here, and we're gonna be going over that as well. Some very interesting questions. I'm gonna answer all of them for you guys. So let's go. So we currently have 14 combo racks, 3 different brands. We have TSS, we have Ghost, and we have one Rogue Fat Pad combo rack. Now, honestly, it's an overkill. Like maybe like a year and a half ago, we had a really big powerlifting community in here. It's kind of like disappearing little by little. So I want to make sure that, we can, if something's not getting utilized, I want to shrink down that section, in this case, the powerlifting section, to create more room for other pieces that I want to bring in, because it's pretty packed. I have no more room in here. So that's the reason why we're doing all this. So we can make more room for obviously our current powerlifters and to bring in new pieces. So we have 4 Ghost combo racks at the end. We're gonna be getting rid of those. So we're gonna be selling them. We have 2 monoliths right over there. Honestly, they don't really get used a lot, but I personally really like them, especially since we only have 5 actual squat racks. We're gonna be moving those over there to the end. We're gonna be moving our Rogue Fat Pad bench right over there as well too. And we're gonna scoot everything over just a little bit. But as you can tell right now, it's just a combo rack, bolted down to the actual floor. I wanna add platforms on them because I've seen that some of our powerlifters actually bring their own little carpet. So we wanna add, I think they're 4x8 platforms, if I'm not mistaken. I have a guy that's gonna come and do all of this for us later on today. But I wanna make sure that, I wanna replicate what powerlifters actually use whenever they're competing in here as much as possible. And now that we're only gonna be having a total of 10 combo racks, I wanna make sure that everything is done right. Our deadlift platforms, I think that's one of the biggest things that people complain about here, the platforms. So we're gonna be redoing all those as well too. All brand new platforms. We currently have 7 deadlift platforms, so we're gonna be redoing all of them. We have an Olympic platform as well here too. We might get rid of it just so we can add another deadlift platform, but we're not sure just yet. We might do it. Now, once we get rid of the monoliths back there, we're gonna be moving the Smith machines over, and that's gonna allow us to kind of like have a bigger glute section for the girls, because I like having the glute stuff back there. It's just, for, I guess, safety reasons, right? I feel like women just feel a little more comfortable being away and kind of like tucked in back there. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, over here, we have our leg section. We have a total of 74 leg pieces now, because we just added 2 more. And it's pretty full, it's pretty packed. So on that gap that we're gonna have over there, we're actually gonna be moving some of these leg pieces over there, like the big ones, because I wanna add another leg extension and another seated hamstring curl. And we should be able to get those in here on Sunday. Today is Friday, so we're trying to move, very, very fast. Like whenever I have like an idea of like something that needs to get done, I like to do it right away. But yeah, so all this gone right here, 4 combo racks. We're gonna make room on this other side for the new leg extension and seated hamstring curl. And yeah, so that's pretty much all we're doing here. Now, let me take you guys to the dumbbell section, because we're gonna be doing some changes over there as well too. All right, so here we have a total of 6 adjustable benches. Now, I've had those benches literally for almost 4 years, and they're getting a little bit wonky, to be honest. So we're gonna be replacing those as well too. For the longest time, we were going back and forth on what kind of, brand bench we're gonna be adding in here, but I went and visited a gym a couple of weeks ago, and they had some Rogue adjustable benches, and I actually like them. So we're gonna be ordering 6 of those benches today. So hopefully we can get those in here, next Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, they're getting a little bit old. Over time, we wanna make sure that we're not just maintaining, but upgrading equipment as we go along, especially on those things that people use the most. In this case, this section probably gets utilized the most, which is a dumbbell section. I feel like every gym should have a pretty big dumbbell section and a lot of adjustable benches. I know that sometimes we kind of like tend to put a little bit too much like efforts on actual like machines and all that stuff. But if you can just stick to the basics, in this case, the dumbbell section is one of those basic things that you need. I think you can go a long way. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started with question number 1. At what point did you know you were financially in a good spot to open up another location? So 2 years ago, actually, I was pretty much ready to go ahead and pull the trigger and make that move. But it wasn't the money that was keeping me from doing it. It was actually our systems. Our systems sucked. I was so involved with the gym that the gym didn't operate without me. So I would say like it's not even like a financial thing. If you're thinking about doing a second gym, it's more like do you have the systems in place that can sustain that, right? Because you don't want to be split in half and having to get pulled from both ends because you're not going to be able to focus on anything, right? So I would say 2 years ago, but as of a couple of months ago, literally at the beginning of this year, we had good systems in place that allowed me to even like consider, okay, now we can go ahead and move on to another spot. Also, demand. Make sure that there's a demand for a second spot, okay? But yeah, that's that. Question number 2. Anticipated build out / equipment costs for new location. Months to break even. Okay, so I just made a video about this on how much money we're going to be spending on the whole project, so definitely go watch it. But as far as how long it would take us to break even, I think we can break even within the first month because this second spot is going to be an extension of this current spot, Roman Empire Gym. So all of our current members are going to have access to that spot. And a lot of our members are actually in that area that we're looking into starting our second gym. So I think we can break even within the first 30 to 60 days. Question number 3. How do you keep staff motivated to uphold your standards? I'm just gonna talk out of personal experience. We used to hire younger individuals like a year ago, and we would pay somewhere along the lines of $10 to $11 per hour. And I think it's very hard to expect the standards that you would want from those employees at that pay rate. So what I did is we stopped hiring anybody under the age of 21. So everybody has to be older. And we're actually paying them a lot more. So our hourly rate is now from $14 to $15, depending on the position. And our managers, they make up to $20 an hour. So I would suggest hiring older people, like serious people, and you're gonna have to pay them a little bit more. But at that point, they can actually make a livable wage off of working at your facility, and I think that goes a long way. Also, you got to keep people excited, man. Like I feel like people want to be part of a winning team, so that's why I'm so big on like always like trying to do something here at the gym. Like we're always hosting an event, we're always rearranging, we're always buying new equipment. We have people that walk in that people follow on Instagram or social media. So I feel like if you can deliver that experience for them, I think they're going to be very motivated to keep working for you. Question number 4. How much capital or credit do you need to start a gym? I started my first gym with $187,000. It was my own personal money. It took me 3 years to acquire that amount. And as I was saving up money, I was spending it on equipment. So I never really saw the $187,000. As far as credit, I had no credit. I had no credit. So I would just be able to speak out of experience, right? Now, if you try to go get like a business loan or something like that, I don't think you'll get approved unless you have collateral to put up against that loan. Other than that, you would have to be in business for at least 3 years for a bank to even look at your stuff. So yeah, I would suggest just keep saving up money as you go along, buy equipment, and whenever you feel like you're ready, look for a facility, put your equipment in there, learn how to market, and open for business, man. Question number 5. How do you keep your mind clear if members are leaving the gym and not a lot of people are joining? Well, thankfully, we've never really had that problem. And I think part of the reason why we never had the problem is because I always focus a lot on the product itself and the customer service. So I feel like if you're providing a good product, you shouldn't have that issue. So I would just suggest maybe take another look at your facility and maybe ask people like what are you missing, what else they would want to see. I feel like customer feedback is very important, so always listen to your members and don't act so much of like that, oh, I want this or I want that. It's more of like what they want because they're the ones that are paying for it. So yeah, thankfully we never had that issue, but just ask around and why are people leaving? There's a lot of gyms, so the market for gyms is very competitive. So know that. So as far as like keeping a mind clear, that's impossible. I mean, you're in business, right? You're in the water. You're swimming with sharks, so you always got to be alert. Well, I have you guys here. Let me show you some of the stuff that we're actually doing to our recovery lounge as well. So at the beginning of this year, we actually bought a bunch of new things that people were requesting, but I think we're gonna switch it up a little bit. So let me show you what we're doing. We've got our smoothie bar right here. Yeah, so pretty much what we're gonna be doing here is we tested out the smaller saunas, but to be honest, I didn't really like them that much, and some people didn't like them as well. We got them because they heat up a lot faster than the big ones, and a few people were kind of like requesting them because the big ones do take a little bit to heat up. So that's what we purchased them. But today we're going to be ordering 3 of the big ones again, kind of like what we had before. So we're going to be selling these, and then we're going to put the big ones, kind of like those right there. Yeah, we're going to be putting them here. That's pretty much the only thing that we're doing. We're going to be adding another thing of leg compression because right now I think we have one because somebody broke our last one, so I have to place an order for a new one. Massage chairs, nothing great, but sometimes people will ask me like, oh, what do you think about recovery? I don't think that you need any of this stuff that we have here. Maybe like a few saunas, if you're like a warehouse gym and you don't have a place to do a built-in sauna into like a restroom or a room, I would say starting out with those is it's a good place to start. They're not expensive. They're like under $2,000. I think if you get some of like the higher end ones, they do go up to like 5,000, but the ones that we normally get, they're about 2 grand, maybe a little bit more, but not too far off from that. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing. Also, with these lights, we got them installed at the beginning of the year as well too, and we've had a lot of problems with them. So I think we're gonna upgrade to nicer ones. As you guys can see right here, this middle section right here keeps turning off, and we don't know why. So we've already replaced the actual like sensor ones. So we're gonna be replacing it again until the new ones come in, and we get an electrician to come kind of like install everything. But besides that, as you guys can see, Normatec doesn't really get utilized a lot, even though it's here, it's free, we have it, and it's a good thing, obviously, that we use to upsell because all of this is free. Nobody has to pay anything for it. It's just part of their membership. But that's pretty much it. Do people actually use it? No, not really. But we have the space for it, so that's why we have it in here. Now let me take you guys upstairs because we're doing some changes to our cardio room as well. So this is our cardio room. Now to get all the cardio equipment, we actually had to bring it up to those stairs, and it was very challenging, but we managed to do so. We have 5 Stairmasters. These are good, but I think we're gonna add 2 more and maybe a different brand. So we're looking into some options because these things are expensive. You're looking about anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 per Stairmaster. And back here we got our treadmills. Now I like these, to be honest with you. I like the ones that had the little buttons on them because they last longer. We bought these, I believe, a year and a half ago. The screens, they just keep going out. Now, I don't know if people are just pressing on them too hard. Like, 2 of our screens are down over there. So we have to replace those screens. And each screen is like $700. So getting them replaced, we already got a few of these replaced already. It's not good, right? It's cutting into our profits. So I'm like, well, do we get new ones without a screen and just something kind of like old school with buttons, right? Because we haven't had any problems with those over there. It's just these that keep going out. I would suggest that if you're looking into cardio equipment, stay away from the touch screens because they go out all the time. I've talked to other like gym owner friends, and they have some of the nicer ones that have screens on them, and those are more expensive to replace. They're having those same issues. So I think that instead of replacing the screens, we're actually going to be getting rid of the two that we have over there. They are messed up because they're not worth fixing at this point. And we're just going to make more room over here for maybe adding more treadmills here. So we have ellipticals at the end. Not a lot of people use those. We have some bikes. So we might just keep, one of each, and then we do another row of treadmills here. And maybe we can put the ellipticals back there since we're getting rid of those. And then we can just add a whole line of treadmills. Also, we do have a lot of cables down here. We're going to be fixing that too because I hate the way it looks. Like, I feel like this is probably one of the rooms that has gotten neglected the most over the years. And it's important to have a nice cardio room, right? So that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing here in this room. People have been liking the posing room a lot. I do want to upgrade the lights that we have here. So we have those old school lights there. We keep them off because I hate the way it looks. So I want to get some of those lights that are kind of like more like stage friendly. So if we can replicate the stage here, that would be awesome. So that's going to be another project. We're not going to do that just yet. But I think within the next 5 to 6 weeks, we'll start messing with this room. But first, we're doing powerlifting section, dumbbell section, cardio section. That's getting done this upcoming week. And then this room, we're going to save it for next month. We actually just added a new chiropractor. So they're leasing this back room right here. It's actually a decent sized room. And I'm just excited to be able to provide that, for everybody. So yeah, something cool. All right, guys. So we are currently home enjoying this beautiful afternoon. Let me show you guys what this view looks like. Look at this. Beautiful. Sometimes we kind of like, there's so much going on that we forget to kind of like just enjoy what's in front of us. And I'm so blessed. I really am. Like, I enjoy everything that I get to do every single day. I enjoy sitting here and just enjoying the view. It's a really good feeling. And honestly, like, I have so many people to be thankful for. Family members, close friends, all of my current members. It's been awesome. And honestly, if you're watching this, I have you to thank for this as well too. If you made it all the way through the video to here, thank you. I truly appreciate you. Your support means a lot to me, especially in times like this when there's so much going on in the world. We're not gonna dive into that, obviously, but there's so much going on out there. Like, it's wild. It really is. Don't forget to be thankful of where you're at today. Things could always be better, 100%, but things could always be worse. And if everything is good right now, enjoy it. Take it all in, because you never know. One day you could just wake up and everything can just be gone, just like that. So I'm very mindful of that, and I think about that a lot. Everything that I do, that's always in the back of my head. And you truly don't really know when your last day is gonna be. Today everything is good, and like I said, tomorrow you can just wake up and everything is gone. And I feel like the older I get, the more I'm starting to see that and realize that nothing is for sure. And always keep that in the back of your head. Spend time with loved ones. You can always make money. There's always time to make money. Give back to everybody that's always helped, that's always there for you. Don't forget to thank them. Don't forget to pour back into them. And I'm just not talking about like just financially, like just in general. Give them a call, ask them how they're doing, ask them how their day is. Just be mindful of those people. Think about those people, because they're always thinking about you and they're always there for you. And yeah, money is like, sometimes we get so caught up in that. And I do think, obviously, it's important. It's important to be financially stable, especially, in today's
in today's economy, in today's world. It's important, but I think we can all agree that there's more important things out there, and one of them is family, and the other one is health. You can't neglect those two because they're very, very important. So, that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you are a member at my gym, I want to say thank you, and I am super excited for this next chapter that we're currently in. And I'm just so freaking blessed, man, and I'm so grateful for everyone, for everything. Yeah, it's been great. But that's it for this video. Thank you. Till next time. Peace.